Hello, this is Lalita from Let's Speak English and I'm back with another lesson. Now in English, we say the school is on the Bay Street and not at the Bay Street. They live at 10 Bay Road and not in 10 Bay Road. The studio is in the city, not on the city. I live at 40 Bay Street in an apartment on the first floor. That is how we use the prepositions. Now, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, Let's Speak English. Now, going back to the sentence that I made earlier, I live at 40 Bay Street in an apartment on the first floor. Look at these little words. They can cause a lot of headaches in English if English is not your first language. They are called prepositions and there are a lot of them in English. You can see there right on your screen: in, on, at, by, etc., etc. So they all help to give information about time or location or direction in your English sentences. So in this lesson, we'll take a closer look at these very useful English words and we'll concentrate on how we can use them to give information about the place or location of something. Well, the bad news is that there's no clear way of knowing which preposition you need to use. In fact, different prepositions can be used with the same word, but this can change the meaning of your sentence. For example, I'm at the car, meaning the location. I'm in the car, meaning I'm inside the car. Am I on the car, meaning on top of the car. So all these sentences are okay, but the meaning is different in each question. Most of the time, you can't just guess the correct preposition. Besides, it's not a good strategy to improve your English unless you really are lucky. The worst way to try and learn preposition is to translate them from your native language. This can cause lots of problems. Prepositions must be learnt in chunks of words called collocations or groups of words that are often used together. For example, in the morning, at night, it depends on something, he's keen on football. So learning this way will help you make fewer mistakes with these prepositions. And please pay close attention to the general rules that I'll teach you in this lesson so that you can make no mistakes when choosing prepositions of place. Let's get started with in. Now, the best way to think about preposition in is being within something, inside the edges of something. So let's start really simply with containers or space that are enclosed. For example, I've got some money in my pocket. The salad is in the fridge. The book was in the top drawer. There's nothing left in my cup. Now it's easy to think about all these examples as being inside something because the edges are really clear. You can see inside them. There's a clear inside and an outside, right? Let's take our earlier example. I'm in the car. The car has clear edges. I'm definitely inside the edges of the car. We can use in with buildings or rooms and places that can surround a person or objects on all sides. But there are lots of times when you need to use this preposition when the edges are less clear. With, for example, areas or regions or cities and towns. For example, he's shooting this video in London. I grew up in India. Holidaying in any foreign locale becomes easy if you speak the local language. We are going for a drive in the country. There are a lot of people swimming in the lake. Now, all these nouns have borders or edges, even if they're not really obvious or clear. They can physically be located inside the edge of this space. Moving on, preposition on is used to talk about the position of something on surfaces like walls or surfaces of tables. For example, my phone is on the table. You can see the painting on the wall. We live on the 5th floor of the building. So can you write that on a piece of paper? She spilled ice cream on her new dress. So on is also used to talk about positions of something on the surfaces like walks or tables. So you have the examples right there in front of you. Moving on. Now let's keep thinking about this idea of flat surfaces because it includes roads and streets and rivers. As for example, the supermarket is on the corner of the 5th Street. What's floating on the water will take you out on the lake in our boat. Now, the idea of flat surfaces also includes water, rivers, oceans, lakes, etc. So, now let's talk about preposition at. It is used to talk about specific places or points in space. I'll meet you at the bus stop. Let's turn at the traffic light. Let's meet at the station. It's also used with public places and shops. For example, we have to stop at the supermarket on the way home. They live at 14 Eagle Road. I had coffee at Helen's house. We can use at with even events. For example, we met at a party. He's speaking at a conference later this week. Coming to the next preposition, by. This is another small two-lettered word, by. Here, by is used to mean something next to or beside or near. These are prepositions that give us details of the location of something. For example, I'm waiting by the car. Put your bag by the door. And it can also mean location of something. They live near the school. They live next to the school. They live by the school. So there are definitely a few confusing things about prepositions, right? To successfully learn to use prepositions really well, learn them with words around them. Don't try and learn them on your own. The general rule that we talked about during this lesson will really help you make better choices most of the times. So, well, I hope this lesson has helped you make a few things clearer for you. If you have got any questions at all, just pop them in the comments under this video. If you love this channel and you enjoy my lessons, then please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, Let's Speak English. Thank you so much. Hit the like button and see you next week. Thank you for watching Let's Speak English.